There comes a moment in every human life when you stop, look around, and realize that something has to change. Not tomorrow. Not when the circumstances get better. Not when other people finally understand you. But now, right now. Because the secret to taking control of your life has never been hidden in the world around you. It has always been living inside you. For years, many of us wait for permission. Permission to dream big. Permission to say no, without guilt. Permission to walk away from situations that hurt us. Permission to choose ourselves. But life doesn't change when you get permission. Life changes the moment you understand that you already have it. Taking control of your life begins with one question. What do I believe I deserve? Because the truth is, you don't get what you want. You get what you believe. When you believe you deserve peace, you stop tolerating chaos. When you believe you deserve love, you stop chasing after people who don't value you. When you believe you deserve success, you stop shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. Your life rises to meet the level of your self-belief. But belief alone isn't enough. You must be willing to face the parts of yourself you have avoided for years. The fear that whispers you're not enough. The guilt that says you're asking for too much. The old wounds that still shape your decisions. Real control comes when you look at your truth without running from it. And once you face your truth, you must learn to listen to your inner voice. That still, quiet guide that speaks not in fear, but in clarity. It has always been there. It has always known the way. But life is loud. The world is loud. And sometimes we forget that the most powerful guidance we have does not shout. It whispers. Your job is to slow down enough to hear it. The secret to taking control of your life is not about controlling everything around you. It's about mastering what is within you. Your attitude, your reactions, your boundaries, your choices, your energy. It is choosing to stop surviving and start living. It is choosing to stop reacting and start creating. It is choosing to stop waiting and start becoming. When you finally decide to take ownership of your life, something remarkable happens. You stop settling. You stop explaining yourself. You stop apologizing for who you are, and you start walking toward the life that was meant for you. The life that has been waiting for you to show up for it. Understand this deeply. You are responsible for your joy. You are responsible for your peace. You are responsible for your growth. And the moment you accept that responsibility, you unlock a level of freedom most people never experience. Control is not about having all the answers. Control is not about predicting the future. Control is not about perfection. Control is about alignment. Aligning your actions with your truth, your choices with your values, and your life with your purpose. Your life is speaking to you every day. The question is, are you listening? If you want to take control of your life, begin with this one powerful decision. Choose yourself. Every day. Without hesitation. Without guilt. Without apology. Your future will thank you, your heart will thank you, and your soul will finally breathe again. Because the secret has never been a secret. The power has always been you. Self-belief is not just a gentle emotion, or a positive thought. It is the invisible force, the powerful foundation, and the inner engine that shapes every experience you have, every opportunity you attract, and every direction your life takes. When you look closely at the patterns of your life, your choices, your relationships, your progress, your failures, your victories, you will always find one truth at the center of it all. Your life is a reflection of what you believe you deserve. Not what you hope for, not what you wish for, not what you quietly imagine when no one is watching, but what you genuinely believe deep in your heart. From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, your beliefs are whispering instructions to your mind, and your mind is shaping the world around you. When you believe you are capable, you behave with confidence, you take chances, and you step into spaces you once feared. When you believe you are unworthy, you shrink, you hesitate, and you wait for someone else to choose you. Every decision you make is rooted in belief, and every step you take is either empowered or limited by how you see yourself. Self-belief is not arrogance, and it is not delusion. It is an unshakable trust in your ability to grow, to evolve, to overcome, and to become the person you were always meant to be. It is the understanding that you may not know everything today, but you are capable of learning. You may not have all the resources now, but you can build them. You may not be where you want to be yet, but you are on your way. When you hold that belief, you transform from someone who reacts to life into someone who creates it. The world responds differently to a person who believes. Opportunities seem to appear more often, doors open a little wider, and people begin to sense a certain energy around you. An energy of purpose, courage, and self-respect. This is not magic, this is alignment. When your beliefs align with your actions align with your goals, and your goals align with your destiny. That alignment is what changes everything. But the truth is, many people carry beliefs that do not belong to them. They carry the opinions of others, the criticism from childhood, the doubts of society, the harsh words of those who never understood them. They carry the weight of past mistakes, old failures, and broken dreams. And instead of seeing themselves through the lens of their potential, they see themselves through the lens of their past. That is why self-belief requires courage. The courage to release old stories, the courage to rewrite your identity, the courage to say, "This is who I am now," and the courage to step into your future without dragging your old limitations behind you. Self-belief is not built overnight. It grows through small victories, daily decisions, and quiet moments when you choose faith over fear, growth over comfort, and progress over perfection. Every time you choose to try, you strengthen it. Every time you choose to rise after falling, you strengthen it. Every time you choose to speak kindly to yourself, you strengthen it. And eventually, it becomes unshakable. A powerful foundation that nothing and no one can destroy. When you truly believe in yourself, your world changes, your energy shifts, and your possibilities expand. Life begins to move in your favor, not because it suddenly becomes easier, but because you finally understand your own power, your own worth, and your own ability to shape your reality. And that is the moment you take control of your life. The moment you realize that everything you need has always been within you. Taking control of your life does not begin with changing your environment, your circumstances, or the people around you. It begins with changing the world within you. Your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, your reactions, and your internal dialogue. The truth is simple, yet often ignored. You cannot control life, but you can control what happens inside you. And that inner mastery is what determines whether you rise, whether you fall, whether you grow, and whether you step into the life you are meant to live. Most people move through life reacting to everything around them. Reacting to stress, reacting to criticism, reacting to fear, reacting to challenges, reacting to the expectations of others. They live like boats in a storm, tossed around by every wave, shaken by every wind, and exhausted by trying to stay afloat. But taking responsibility for your inner world means realizing that you do not have to be a boat without an anchor. You can choose your thoughts, you can shape your emotions, you can direct your energy, and you can create peace even while the world around you is chaotic. Your inner world is the foundation of your outer world. When your mind is clear, your choices become wise. When your heart is calm, your actions become powerful. When your emotions are balanced, your relationships become healthier. When your inner self is strong, the outer challenges of life stop breaking you. You stop living as a victim of circumstances and start living as the creator of your destiny. This responsibility is not about blaming yourself for everything. It is about empowering yourself with the truth that you have the ability, the strength, and the wisdom to respond to life in ways that elevate you rather than weaken you. It means understanding that your peace is your responsibility, your growth is your responsibility, and your mental freedom is your responsibility. No one else can do this work for you. Not your family, not your partner, not society, not even life itself. Taking responsibility for your inner world also means becoming aware of the thoughts you entertain. Thoughts are seeds, and whatever you water grows. If you constantly water thoughts of doubt, fear, resentment, and inadequacy, those emotions will take over your life. But if you choose to water thoughts of courage, gratitude, clarity, and possibility, your entire inner world begins to bloom. This is how transformation starts, not with external change, but with internal awareness. Boundaries are not walls that block love, they are filters that protect it. They help you create the kind of relationships where you feel safe, valued, and respected. They prevent resentment, prevent burnout, and prevent emotional imbalance. They give you space to focus on your dreams, your healing, your growth, and your purpose. And most importantly, boundaries protect you from losing yourself in the process of trying to please everyone else. Setting boundaries also means learning to say no without apology. No is not a rejection of others. It is a protection of yourself. Every time you say yes to something that drains you, you say no to something that nourishes you. Every time you say yes to something out of guilt, you betray your own needs. And every time you say yes to something that goes against your values, you disconnect from your true self. No is not a negative word, it is a word of freedom, clarity, and self-love. You must also learn to set boundaries with yourself, with your habits, your distractions, your fears, and your comfort zones. Because sometimes the biggest boundary you need to create is the one that keeps you from sabotaging your own growth. Discipline is a boundary. Focus is a boundary. Healing is a boundary. And choosing your higher self over your old patterns is the most powerful boundary of all. Once you learn to set boundaries without apology, your life changes. Your relationships improve, your stress decreases, your clarity rises, and your inner peace becomes unshackable. You stop being controlled by guilt, pressure, and external expectations. You start living from truth, strength, and alignment. Because boundaries are not just about protecting your life. They are about creating a life where you can thrive, grow, and rise into the person you were always meant to be. Courage is not the absence of fear, and it has never been the elimination of uncertainty. Courage is the decision, the bold, deliberate inner decision, to move forward even when your hands are shaking, even when your heart is racing, even when your mind is filled with doubts. Fear is a natural part of growth, but action is the bridge that carries you from where you are to where you want to be. Taking action, especially when you are afraid, is one of the greatest secrets to taking control of your life, because nothing changes until you do. Every dream you carry, every goal you desire, every vision that lights up your soul, all of it requires action. Not someday, not eventually, not when circumstances become perfect. Action is required now. But fear often convinces people to wait. Wait for confidence, wait for clarity, wait for approval, wait for the right moment. And in waiting, they lose time, they lose opportunities, they lose momentum, and they lose parts of themselves. Here is the truth: most people never understand. Confidence does not come before action. Confidence comes because of action. You build belief in yourself by doing the things you once thought you couldn't do. You grow your courage by stepping into situations that challenge you. You develop strength by facing difficulties instead of avoiding them. Every small step you take counts, every small effort matters, and every moment of bravery builds the foundation of your future. Taking action requires you to challenge the narratives in your mind. The stories that say you are not ready, not smart enough, not strong enough, not talented enough. These stories are lies built from fear, old wounds, and past disappointments. Action is the only way to break those lies. When you move forward despite fear, you teach your mind a new truth. I can do this. I am capable. I am stronger than I think. But taking action also requires acceptance. Acceptance that mistakes will happen. Acceptance that failure is part of the journey. Acceptance that uncertainty will always exist. The people who succeed in life are not the ones who avoid failure. They are the ones who keep moving even after failing. They understand that every setback is a lesson. Every challenge is a teacher. And every delay is not denial. It is redirection. When you stop viewing failure as an ending and start viewing it as information, you free yourself from the fear that holds you back. Action also means stepping outside your comfort zone, because comfort never leads to transformation. Comfort keeps you safe, but safety is not the same as growth. Your dreams live outside the familiar, outside the predictable, outside the limits of your comfort zone. When you dare to take action beyond what feels safe, you open the door to new experiences, new connections, new opportunities, and a new version of yourself. Taking action even when afraid is not just about big leaps. It is about small, consistent, intentional steps. It is the daily decisions, the repeated efforts, the quiet discipline, the steady persistence. Big changes are built from small actions taken over time. Every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your potential. Every action chips away at fear until fear no longer controls you. When you choose action, you choose growth. When you choose action, you choose courage. When you choose action, you choose your future. And the moment you consistently take action despite fear, your life begins to shift in powerful ways. You stop doubting yourself, you stop holding back, you stop staying small. You rise, you expand, you evolve. And you move toward the life that is waiting for you. Because the truth is simple, fear may whisper, but action decides your destiny. And when you take action, even with fear beside you, you become unstoppable. At the end of every journey of transformation, there comes a moment when you finally understand that the power you spent years searching for was never outside of you. It was always within you. Taking control of your life is not about controlling the world, changing other people, or waiting for perfect circumstances. It is about awakening the strength, the clarity, and the courage that already live inside your soul. When you believe in yourself, your world expands. When you take responsibility for your inner world, your peace becomes unshakable. When you listen to your inner voice, you walk in alignment with the path meant for you. When you set boundaries, you protect the life you are building. And when you take action despite fear, you become unstoppable. This is your moment. The moment you stop waiting and start choosing. The moment you stop surviving and start living. The moment you stop shrinking and start rising. The secret to taking control of your life is simple, powerful, and life-changing. Choose yourself. Trust yourself. Believe in yourself. Your life will not transform in one giant leap, but through small, brave steps taken every day. Each step strengthens your belief, sharpens your clarity, elevates your confidence, and brings you closer to the future you deserve. The life you dream of is not far away. It is waiting for you to claim it, step into it, and become the person who was always capable of achieving it. Remember this: you are stronger than your fears, wiser than your doubts, and more powerful than you realize. Your future is not written. It is created. And starting today, you have the power to create it with intention, purpose, and unshakable self-belief. Your life is calling you. Now is the time to answer.